Namaste, myself Manisha Solanki. I am going to explain the chapter 2nd of English from class 6th. The name of the chapter is How the Dog Found Himself a Master. Before you read, you may know that the dog and the wolf are closely related. You may also know something about how, over the centuries, human beings have domesticated and tamed wild animals. Here is a story about how the dog became a tame animal. Let's get started. Paragraph first. Dogs were once their own masters and lived the way wolves do in freedom until a dog was born who was ill pleased. Ill pleased means not happy with this way of life. He was sick and tired of wandering about by himself looking for food and being frightened of those who were stronger than he. Dogs and wolves are closely related family, and there were times when dogs used to wander. Wander means to move here and there aimlessly and live freely just like wolves without any restrictions. Once such a dog was born who was sick of finding food for himself and was unable to move freely in search of food. He would feel tired and was scared of healthier and stronger beings. Paragraph 2nd. He thought it over and decided that the best thing for him to do was to become the servant of one who was stronger than anyone on earth, and he set out to find such a master. Servant means attendant, helper. Master means owner, ruler. After thinking repeatedly, he decided to work as a helper to someone who was the strongest or the most powerful on this earth. So he started searching for the strongest one. Paragraph 3rd. He walked and he met a kinsman of his. Kinsman means relative. A big wolf who was as strong as he was fierce. Fierce means frightening. Where are you going, dog? The wolf asked. I am looking for someone to take up service with. Would you like to be my master, wolf? I don't see. Why not? The wolf said, and this agreed upon, the two of them went on together. After a long walk and search, he met one of his relatives. This relative was a wolf who was not only strong but also had a frightening look. He asked the dog where he was going. The dog replied that he was looking for a master and if the wolf would like to be the one. The wolf agreed and the two went on together. Paragraph 4th. They walked and all of a sudden the wolf lifted his nose, sniffed. Sniffed means drop air audibly through the nose to detect something. Darted quickly off the path and into the bushes and crept deeper into the forest. Darted means moved quickly, suddenly. The dog was much surprised. What's come over you, master? He asked. What has frightened you so? Can't you see? There is a bear out there and he might eat up both of us, you and me. After walking a long distance, suddenly the wolf sniffed, moved quickly and went deeper into the forest. He was detecting something and was trying to hide. The dog was unable to understand this behavior, so he asked his master what was affecting him. Then the wolf told him that there was a bear who might eat them. Paragraph 5th. Seeing that the bear was stronger than the wolf, the dog decided to take up service with him, and he left the wolf and asked the bear to be his master. The bear agreed to this readily and said, "Let's go and find a herd of cows. I will kill a cow and then we can both eat our fill." Herd of cow means group of cows. On realizing that the bear was stronger than the wolf, the dog changed his mind. He left the wolf and turned to the bear. He asked to be his master. The bear agreed to it easily. He suggested him to search for a group of cows so that he could kill a cow to fill their stomachs. Paragraph 6. They walked on and soon saw a herd of cows. But just as they were about to come up to it, they were stopped by a terrible noise. The cows were mooing loudly and running in a panic in all directions. Panic means a strong feeling of fear. Mooing means sound made by cows. After walking some distance, they noticed a group of cows. But as they tried to approach them, they were stopped by a horrible noise made by the cows. They were making sounds aloud and were running here and there because of fear. Paragraph 7. The bear looked out from behind a tree and then he too ran hastily deeper into the forest. "Now, why did I have to come here?" said he to the dog. "It is the lion who rules the forest in these parts." "The lion? Who is he?" "Don't you know? He is the strongest beast on earth." "Well, then I'll say goodbye to you, bear. I want a master who is stronger than anyone on earth." Hastily means hurriedly, quickly. Beast means animal. The bear looked from behind a tree and started running quickly into the dense forest. He told the dog that this part of the forest was ruled by the lion. He was the strongest and the most powerful animal on this earth. The dog was surprised to hear this and he immediately left the bear. Paragraph 8. And off the dog went to ask the lion to be his master. The lion agreed to it. The dog stayed with him and served him for a long time. It was a good life and he had nothing to complain of, for there was no stronger beast in the forest than the lion, and no one dared touch the dog or offend him in any way. Dared means to be brave enough to do something. Offend means upset or annoy. Now the dog turned to the lion and requested him to be his master. The lion accepted and the dog started staying with him and served him for a longer duration. He felt good and enjoyed his life. He had nothing to fear and complain of. Now he was with the strongest master, and here no one was brave enough to upset him or annoy him. Paragraph 9. But one day the two of them were walking side by side along a path that ran amid bare cliffs when all of a sudden the lion stopped. He gave a great roar and struck the ground angrily with his paw with such a force that a hole formed there. Then he began to back away very quietly. "What is it, master? Is anything wrong?" asked the dog, surprised. "I smell a man coming this way," the lion said. We should better run for it or we will be in trouble." "Oh, well, then I'll say goodbye to you, lion. I want a master who is stronger than anyone on earth." Cliff means a steep, high rock. Bare means unclothed. Some time later, when the two of them were strolling together, walking together amidst high steep rocks, the lion stopped instantly. He roared aloud and struck the ground with his paws so intensely that a hole was formed there. After that, he was on back foot. Surprisingly, the dog asked his master if anything was wrong. The lion told him that a man was coming their way and that they must run away to save themselves. Hearing this, the dog bid him goodbye because he wanted the strongest being on the earth as his master. Paragraph 10th. And off the dog went to join the man, and he stayed with him and served him faithfully. This happened long, long ago, but to this day the dog is man's most loyal servant and knows no master. Loyal means faithful. Now the dog went to be with the man. He stayed with him and became his tried and true friend. This incident took place way back, but till date, the dog is man's most faithful servant. Goodbye. Have a nice day.